I'm here to guys for a new little video. Now in this video I will be talking about the essential YouTube equipment that you can get under $50. So this is a budget video for those people that don't have a lot of money and that can't spend too much. Now you will have to accept that some things will cost more than others, and I wasn't able to put some things on this list because they costed more than $50. So if you're going to want to be doing that, you're going to have to go over $50. But I hope you enjoy this video. Let's start out with video. How do you record a video, you may ask? Well, let me tell you how. If you're recording a screen, you'll need a screen recording software, and let's start out with the Windows options. There is OBS, which is completely free, and I've heard very good things about it, but it's been a bit problematic for me. But you can add so many layers, you can add a webcam, you can add almost everything. Then there is Lolio Game Recorder. Lolio Game Recorder is a bit more basic than OBS. It's what I used to make the first, second, and third episode of Pluto High School, but you cannot put the frame rate too high or else the frame rate will go down so much and it'll be at 3 frames per second, and that's why I stopped using it. Then there is NVIDIA Shadow Play, which comes only with computers that have an NVIDIA GeForce graphics card, and my computer does not have that, and I'm assuming that yours doesn't. But if yours does, then definitely get this because it's very good. Then there is XSplit Broadcaster. I use XSplit Broadcaster to make my videos, and it is a free and paying option. If you do pay, you get 60 frames per second and 1080p, but I use 30 frames per second and 720p, and I think it's still great. Now what if you want something more advanced that you have to pay for? Well, there is Bandicam, which I've heard very good things about. It's a very nice layout and it's very good. It comes in at $40. Then there is Fraps, which comes in at $36, and DxTory, which comes in at $46. Now both of these softwares are very big YouTubers like DanTDM use this. Let's say you're on a Mac. What do you use? There is QuickTime Player, which comes already installed, but you'll need Soundflower to record your audio with the screen recording. Then there is Movie Screen Recorder, which comes in at $20, and then there is ScreenFlick, which is either free or $30. Now I've heard that this is the best screen recording software for Mac, and I think that the free version does have limitations and the watermark, so I would recommend paying for it. Now let's say you're doing a podcast or something like that, and you want to record your face. I wouldn't personally recommend recording my face to the internet, but whatever. There is the Logitech C270 webcam, which comes in at only at $26, and the Logitech C310, which comes in at $32. I have no personal experience with webcams because I do not want to show my face to the internet, and I would not recommend it to anyone. But some people do it, and if you want to do it, it's at your own risk. And then, let's say you want to record the real life, you want to record more than just your face, you can use the Bexter camera, which comes in at $50. I know that there are better cameras, but they do cost more, and if you have a phone, you can use those cameras because I know that they're very good. Now that you've got your video, you'll want to record audio. What microphones would I recommend? Well, there is the Connectland Gooseneck, which comes in at $6, but I've heard that it is relatively flimsy and not the best. Then there is the CAD U1 USB microphone, which comes in at $13. Now I've heard that this microphone is terrible, but I included it because there may be a solution around it. Then there is the NW700 and the NW800. Both of these microphones are the same exact thing. I'm using the NW800. Now the cheapest option of these is the blue NW700, which comes in at only $15. The other ones go up to $26. Now the other ones do look better, but if you don't care about looks, then definitely go for the blue version of the NW700. Now let's say you've got a bit of extra money and you want to spend that money on a very good thing. Well, there is the NW700 bundle, which comes in only at $35. There's a boom arm, an improved pop filter, and very good things. Then there is the blue Snowball Ice, which comes in at $45 to $50. I've heard that it's very good, and it's probably the best cheap microphone out there, but I would not recommend it because it does come in at $50, and you'll need to get a windscreen for it, which can add $5 to $10. Now let's say you have a microphone like the Connectland Gooseneck, the NW700, and NW800. You will need a sound card to provide a bit of power to it. So these are the sound cards I recommend. There's the Saiba and the Sabrent USB adapter. Both of these are $6, but the Sabrent USB adapter can only ship to the US. Now for software, there's Audacity and CN Levelator. I'm using Audacity to record this video, and I will be using CN Levelator to fix this video a bit. Now Audacity is great. There's so many features. You can edit your audio, you can record your audio, so many good things. Then there's CN Levelator, which will levelate your voice. I know that you can do that on Audacity, but it's very, very complicated, and I'm just too lazy. Now that you've got your video and audio, you'll want to make artwork. Artwork is super, super important. You can have a $300 microphone, a $300 camera, but no one is going to click on your video if you do not have a good thumbnail. Now, this is the software that I recommend to make good thumbnails. Now, if you're on Windows, you can use Paint.net and GIMP. Both of these softwares are free, and I've heard very, very good things about them. I use Paint.net to make all of my thumbnails and all of my art, and it is super good. I would recommend it so much to any Windows user. Now, let's say you're on a Mac. You can get Inkscape and Seashore. I've heard that both of these are very, very good, and they are free. And if you want to go a bit more advanced, there is Pixelmator, which comes in at $20. Now, for both, there is Panzoid and Pixlr. Both of these are online websites, and Panzoid is very, very basic. I've used it before, and it isn't very good, but I've heard that Pixlr is like the next Photoshop, and it's free. Okay, now that you've got your video and your audio and your artwork, you want to combine all of those. Now, these are the video editing softwares that I would recommend. I wasn't able to put much because there aren't very many options that are very, very good under $50. So let's start out with Windows. On Windows, you can get Windows Movie Maker. So what I'm using to make this video right now, it is very, very basic, but it is free. Then on Mac, you can use iMovie. Now, I know a lot of big YouTubers with millions of subscribers still use iMovie, and I've heard that it's very, very good. Now, let's talk about both. There's Filmora, which is $50, or you can get it for free if you have 500 subscribers on YouTube. Oof, now that was a lot of information. I hope you liked this video. If you did, please leave a like. If you have something to